thing. Hope it works. You never know. Until you go live. Greetings, humans. Greetings. And welcome back to another fun-filled episode. Bear here, 29-year veteran of the woods. The woods, that's where bears live. Oh, that's a high note, people. Oh, a little too much. A little too much for bear there. You never want to hear bear go on the high note, people. The way high note, people. How is everyone tonight? I hope everyone is doing just fine here, people. Hold on just 1 second. Gosh dang it. Here we go. Finally. One of these days, Bear. A professional show. You know, Bear could. How about that old mid salad out there, people? Oh, good Lord, man. People, every week, it's like, the first rule of getting yourself out of a hole is to stop digging, people. Stop digging. So you probably don't want to go after, I don't know, ladies out there that have a little bit of a developmental issue out there, and you spend the next 4 hours, 10 hours talking about it. Hey, is she an artard or not? I have no idea. Well, let's talk about it for the next 5 hours. Blah, 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 blah. Who cares? You really have to kind of check yourself, kind of figure out where you are in life. If you figure out if you're getting into an argument with someone named Mint Salad, then you might be the problem out there. Yes, indeed, people. So gosh dang it, people, we're not going to do any of that. We're going to kind of continue on a little bit from last week. We were talking about the old Google AI called Gemini out there. Oh, it got shut down, people. It got taken out for a little retooling. Out there. We're going to talk about that here. Uno momento, people. But of course, we actually do, a comic show here. So, hey, I don't know. Let's talk a little bit about some campaign updates for you good people. Let's go ahead and get right on into it. For you good people out here, checking in here. Locally, let's see. Was it 596 the other day? I forget which. Either way, it hasn't really. If your plan was, hey, we're gonna get into a little kerfuffle with the old mint out here, you'd figure that would kind of bump up your book sales, but apparently not. Now, of course, people, it always is conditional out there. Some people may still be waiting on their books after all this time. Some of the honeycomb box people out there, so maybe there's an issue there, something along those lines. But we try and do it every show here. Check in on what's going on with the campaign. I think we talked about it last time. Not as much of a rocket ship as the second book was within the first. I don't know, what's this bid here? About 8 months? Let's see, July, September, October, November, December, January. Yeah, well, 7, as Bear counts on his claws. So there you go, people. I don't know. Maybe instead of all the craziness, maybe instead of all the silly Rippaverse stuff, come out with a cover. Maybe that might help some folks out there. Come out with another stretch goal. That might be fun. Get people a little bit more interested in what's going on. So, we shall keep an eye on this. Once again, want the best for everybody out there. But what a cluster, what, people. You can know what. I'm going to see VM here. EVS should hire Rippa new services to fulfill his campaign. I did not know. Is there a new service? I know that he does. I think he does really forget about what the book is, okay? Of course, you don't see Insom in Bear's Claws here, so that should kind of clue you in on some stuff there. But hey, he does a really good job with fulfillment out there. So yeah, I kind of agreed. He just announced it. Okay, well that's why Bear. Listen, a lot of people say, hey, what kind of rock did you crawl out underneath? Literally, Bear lives in a cave, so that's his excuse. So. New services. Interesting. I'll have to check that out. Thank you, VM. Yeah, I think Bear said that a while back about just some of the smaller campaigns out there. I think EVS, he has his own warehouse. He's doing. He understands what he's doing there. Some of the smaller campaigns though, that might be a beneficial thing for a percentage or maybe for a certain amount. Hey, Ripa's gonna fulfill the book. It has nothing to do with the book, but he's just going to go ahead and fulfill it. He's got plenty of warehouse space, all that sort of back-end stuff. That might work. That might be... You always try to find a win-win out there for everybody out there. That's why Bear says, this is just so stupid. Yeah, of course. Ripa, may not be the best, artist, may not be the best writer out there. That's okay. You have to learn somewhere. But he seems to have his fulfillment services down. So, yeah, I don't think that's a bad idea. I don't think that is a bad idea at all for some people. So, hopefully we got some artists checking out that. And if, not encumbered by all of the just nuttiness that's going on out there. Nuttiness. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. If you got any, if you want to fill in Bear on the fulfillment here, just let him know. I'll check that out. Thank you, VM. Thank you so much. All right, enough of that. Let's get into it because, all right, people, we got to sing it here. All right. Hold on, let me grab a drink. I already sang once. All right, people, on a 1, on a 2. On a 3, because we've got, that's right, people, that'd be the ghosts. The ghosts of Matecumbe. The ghost of Matecumbe, people. Yes, indeed, from Graham Nolan. He says shipping continues. Well, I hope so. Good morning, Ghoul Gang. Well, it's the evening, that's right. Julie is working hard and packages are going out every day. We've had a ton of backers. That's great, which is a good thing. So the process takes some time. You will receive an email with a tracking number. I really like when they do that. As soon as the postage is printed for your package. Try saying that 3 times fast. Posted printage for your package. I have hand-selected all the main covers and signed them for CGC. I'll be heading over today to do the same for cover B. I'm going to try and get all the CGC books out. Pardon me. Bear, little fulfilled himself with some sushi. So there you go. Pardon me. Trying to come back out. The CGC books out to them by the end of this week. If you haven't checked out the latest campaign, that would be people, his return to Monster Island, people. You're going to want to check it out. If you haven't checked it out, give it a look. Once you've read The Ghosts, you'll be sorry you didn't back it. So get on it, people. Have a good one, gang, and as always, thank you for your support. That'd be Graham out here. One of the many out there, many Dungeoneers, apparently. Yeah. Oh, we actually have an update here momentarily about Tampa Bay. So we'll get to that un momento. But first, we were talking about this the other time. We'll get to it here, people, one of these days. Professional show. And Bear kind of, wants to start to kind of promote a little bit more, finding out more and more about Fund My Comics. So I checked it out with Fiendish 2.5. That would be from Irenee. She says, hello, my friend. Well, hello, Irenee. Thank you for your support on the Fund My Comic campaign for Fiendish. That'd be 2.5, people. And helping us close out a grand total of $38K. That's pretty good for... for Fund My Comic. I'm trying to remember if there was another campaign that had, there might have been one or two that might have had a little bit higher there, but doing really well. But she says this Friday, coming up in a couple days, I will be launching a short Indiegogo campaign for the same book with an IGG exclusive cover. And she has it pictured here, so let's check it out. Check it out for you good people. Here you go, Beautimus. I am offering everyone who backed the Fund My Comic campaign a way to add this variant to their order without having to pay double for shipping. She's got a link there if you backed it, so there you go. Of course, it won't be active till Friday, so there you go. Thank you very much again. That would be Smiley Face Irene, so pretty cool. I like the cover. Very nice. Very nice. It's got the title kind of down below there, so there you go. Very interesting. I like the coloring. Good job, Hyper. Very, very interesting colors there. I'm not sure about the green on green on green, though. I think that's maybe a little too much. Maybe a little too much green in there. But other than that, maybe have a different dress, or maybe have I don't know, something in her hair, maybe like a flower or something to break that up just a little bit. It needed to be broken up just a tad there with everything being green. But other than that, I like the cover. They're very nice. Very nice. Very nice cover indeed. So if you haven't checked it out on Fund My Comic, if you're over there on Indiegogo, I would say go ahead and check it out here this Friday. Well, I'm sorry, people. We're not supposed to. Gosh darn it, people. I apologize. We're not supposed to be promoting Irene. I've been kicked out of freaking Comicsgate, along with everybody else. Everyone else that went down to the old dungeon down there in Tampa Bay. So, speaking of which, people, we actually have breaking news, people. Breaking news from Tampa Bay. The quote-unquote celebrities that are going to be there. So let's check it out. You've gotten Charlie Cox. I think he was with the Daredevil, right? I believe. Daredevil had Netflix, so I'm not too certain about that. Vincent D'Onofrio, very cool, very all right, man. I wonder if everybody's gonna be there for he was in Daredevil, and what was the other one? The one with the Native American chick. God, it just came out and it's already been forgotten. I forget what he kind of castrated himself on that one, but there you go. Of course, the old Stanley Kubrick movie. People could talk about that, but no, they'll be talking about Full Metal Jacket. They'll be talking about comics instead. So, Chris Edgerly, a quote unquote celebrity? Question mark? I suppose. Zachary Levi. There you go. From what was that? Oh, the whole failed DC. Shazam. So there you go. Shazam. Melina Lee. I have no idea. Paul Williams. I don't know. John Glover, I guess. And finally, somebody that Bear recognizes only because he enjoys his TNG. That would be Denise Crosby. There you go. I think she left. She left in what, like the second or third? I think it was the second season. It's like, I'm going to become a famous movie actress. Didn't quite work out that well. But that's right. She'll be in Tampa along with all the other Dungeoneers out there. So there you go. You can check that out. What else does it say? Blah, blah, blah. Kid in the chair. People, blah, 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 blah. Anyways, 23rd through the 25th. In the heat of old Tampa Bay. You want to go check it out. You can get some lightning tickets as well. There you go. I don't know if you want to check it out from last night. Oh, yeah. 6-2. Ooh, man. How do you even... They had the power go out in the first period. Kind of ironic. They were playing the Lightning and the power went out at the stadium. So this was in Philadelphia. He had the power like a transformer blew or something. So they were playing hockey in the dark, people. Very interesting game. No wonder it was lopsided score there. So anywho, there is the old Dungeon Fest down Old Tampa Way. Old Tampa Way, people. Hopefully you can check that out. So there we are, people. There we are. Get back to it here. Because, people, we have very, very important news for you good people. Because, Google, man, oh man, they just cannot help themselves out here. Good to see Amy out here. Great to see you as well. Bear picked this up. It was one of their doodles that they had. I think it was Memorial Day just a couple of years ago. Very diverse crowd there. Of course, if you look at the Marine there and you look real closely, why do they have to have the Marine as the cross-dresser? For crying out loud. Thanks, Google. Really appreciate that. Doing bang up job out there. Bang up job. Which, by the way, since we talked the last time. This beer gets a drink. Since we talked the last time, boy oh boy, if you weren't here the last time, talking about what's called Gemini. It's their new AI model out there. Literally, it's going to be powering everything Google Alphabet going forward. Kind of think of it as their search for the next 10 years. It's going to be their big, quote-unquote, big money maker. Well, let's see. Let us take a look and see how that's going, people. Take a look. From the New York Post and Thomas Barbary. Barbary. Well, we'll go with it. A Google parent company loses just a tiny, just $70 billion after a woke AI chatbot disaster. Yes, indeed, people. Google's parent company lost more than $70 billion in market value in a single trading day after its woke chatbot's bizarre image, pardon me here, people, a debacle stoked renewed fears among investors about its heavily promoted AI tool that's completely woke. Shares of Alphabet sank almost 4.5% to close at $138 the first day of trading on Monday. I should have shorted that stock, god darn it. Google's parent company moves slightly higher on permanent trading on a Tuesday. Pre-market trading on Tuesday. The massive hit came after Google was forced to pause its Gemini chatbot image creation tool, which is churning out factually and historically inaccurate images, such as Black Vikings, female NHL players. I don't know if they would have done any better in the dark or not. Diverse versions of America's founding fathers, there you go, and even an Asian woman dressed in a Nazi-era German soldier's uniform. Oops, I said Nazi. Gosh darn it. Well, there goes Bear. He's Marc now. Oh, well. The chatbot's bizarre behavior could fuel public concerns that Google's is an unreliable source for AI. Molina's research analyst Ben Rates warned in a note to investors. There you go. There is, of course. I mean, naturally, we see this every day in our history books. Of course. Wouldn't the black guy be wearing a white powdered wig anyways? I mean, did they have black powdered wigs back then? Did they even wear wigs back then? Or was it just the ladies? I don't know. Anyhow. We have been arguing, there's the female hockey player. We've been arguing that search behavior is about to change with new AI-infused features, he says. This, quote, once-in-a-generation change by itself creates opportunities for competitors, but even more if a meaningful portion of users grow concerned about Google's hallucinations and biases. The stock plunge also came on the same day that Google's DeepMind CEO, Demis? What? Hold on. Demis? One would imagine this isn't an American name. One would imagine this might be a foreigner out here. One of the company's top AI bosses admitted that Gemini's image tool would be offline for a few weeks while the issue was, quote, fixed. Good luck with that. We've taken the feature offline. While we fix that, we hope to have that back online very shortly in the next couple of weeks. Sure, I believe that. He continued that the tool was not working the way we intended. No, I think it worked exactly as advertised. Critics have pointed out to Google's Gemini's bizarre behavior as evidence that it received politically biased training from the company's AI experts, which, by the way, that would be, there we go, there's your black George Washington for some reason. That would be this fella right here, doing his level best to just completely screw up. I mean, really, okay. You're a massive $1 trillion company. You're trying to search for the next 10 years to figure out where that company is going to go. You say, aha, AI, man. AI, that's the future, baby. We're going to go all in with AI. They went all in with AI, lost $70 billion. And really, I mean, is anybody really, that surprised? I mean, what was it? Garbage in, garbage out here. I mean, all the craziness that was happening here with his tweets and whatnot, and the white savior moment that he was going to save everybody out there. Mr. Jack out there. Why are they all named Jack, for crying out loud? Mr. Jack, probably the best recourse, either being fired from a cannon, or one would hope, especially live on YouTube, seppuku. Bear would recommend some seppuku out here. Just, right there. I apologize for dishonoring Google. There you go. I would watch that and thumbs up that video. Thumbs up indeed there. But nope, not at all. So they were having some issues there. Oh, which, by the way, let me find it here. I have the email. Here we go from Sundar Pichai. Hey, you know what? His last name, it's spelled Pichai. That would be the CEO for Alphabet / Google out here. He says, I want to address the recent issues with the problematic text and image responses in the Gemini app, formerly known as Bard. I mean, what could go wrong with, just, oops, where was this here? Your Santa Claus, I mean, your where was it? The female Pope here, stuff like that. I know that some of our responses have offended our users and shown bias. Not very many female popes out there. To be clear, that's completely unacceptable, and we got it wrong. Yeah, no kidding. Our teams have been working around the clock, people, around the clock. They haven't left the desk. They didn't go down to the foosball table. They didn't go to the indoor swimming pool. They weren't playing ping pong. No, they've been working around the clock, people. Around the clock. I mean, Sundar told us so. It's got to be true, people. Got to be true. We're already seeing a substantial improvement on a wide range of prompts. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, let's check out those prompts. Yeah, there you go. There's a couple prompts there. No AI is perfect, especially at this emerging stage of the industry's development. But we know the bar is high for us, and we will keep it for however long it takes. What? We know the bar is high for us, and we will keep it we'll keep at it. Oh, okay. For however long it takes, and we'll review what happened and make sure we fix it at scale. At scale, people. They're scaling it up, people. Scaling it up. Our mission is to organize the world's information and make it universally acceptable and useful is sacrosanct. Sacrosanct, people. Very sacrosanct. I'm sure. We've always sought to give users helpful, accurate, and unbiased information in our product. That's why people trust them. Not anymore, Sundar. Not anymore. This has to be our approach for all of our products, including our emerging AI products. We'll be driving a clear set of actions, including structural changes, updated product guidelines, improved launch processes, robust evals, and red teaming, and technical recommendations. Anybody getting fired? Any one person. I don't care. The janitor, was the janitor fired? Anybody? Was anybody? No. Of course not, people. Of course not. No, why would they? Why would they do that? Come on, man. They can't do that. That'd be silly. I mean, like freaking, where was the hockey one? There we go. There's the hockey one right there. Sure. Yeah, okay. No, nobody fired? Not even one person? No. Okay. Even as we learn what went wrong here, sir, what went wrong. We should also build on the product and technical announcements we've made in AI over the last several weeks. That includes some foundational advances in our underlying models, e.g. our 1 million long context window breakthrough, our open models, both of which have been well received. Well received by whom? Whom, I ask? Whom? Whom out there? Draw a nuclear family. Where's that family at? There we go. 1840s Scotland there. 1840s Scotland. Hey, let me see the Tiananmen Square. I'm sorry, Dave. We can't do that, sir. I love how they went from, everything's screwed up, but boy, everybody really likes our services and we're really improving. We know what it takes to create great products. Really? Name one other than your search. What have you created? I would love to know that, Sundar. I mean, because everything else, including right here on YouTube, you guys bought or took over, including your AI stuff. You didn't develop that in-house. You bought a bunch of stuff. So what great, quote-unquote, great products are you talking about that are beloved by billions of people and businesses? Are people and businesses the same? I don't know. And with our infrastructure and research expertise, we've had an incredible springboard for the AI wave. You took that springboard and you jumped straight into the pool without any water. Broke your neck. Dead. Let's focus on what matters most, building helpful products that are deserving of our users' trust. Users' trust out there, people. Users' trust. Can't put Asian ladies in the bad German uniforms. That is terrible. Terrible, people. Terrible. Very terrible out there. There you go, people. Amy says, I'd be upset if I lost 1 billionth that much. Only $70? Yeah, I would be too. VM says, I'd be upset if I lost $100. There you go. Once I lost $5, it was a horrible experience, he says. Let's see. Hey, Bear, as a big crypto promoter. Bitcoin to the moon, people. To the moon. What could go wrong, people? What could? Please tell us, how many did you get from the current Bitcoin fever? L0. Not a thing. It's not a very good AI art. Even if you take out the obvious blunders, it's just not that very good. Yeah, I tell you, it is. Let's see, where is our Santa Claus? Yeah, I mean, that's just it's kind of ugly, isn't it? Not the character, I'm not trying to say anything there, but yeah, the art, yeah, it looks very, very basic. I mean, something like you would see from a Young Ripper or something like that. Hey, the janitor told them this was a terrible idea. That's why they had to fire him, probably. That's why they had to fire him. So actually, people, there is a movement afoot. Movement afoot. I don't know if I'm going to read all of this, but and this is off Twitter, so I'm just going to read it off of here. From Marc Jurek at the University of Washington in Seattle. If you lost Seattle, you've lost it all, people. He says, I've been reading Google's Gemini damage control posts. I think they're simply not telling the truth. You mean they're lying? What? No. For one, their text-only products has the same, if not worse, issues. And second, if you know a bit about how these models are built, you don't just get these incorrect answers through one-off mistakes. Gemini's output reflects the many FTE years of labeling efforts, training, fine-tuning, prompt design, quality, QA verification, all iteratively guided by the team who built it. Where is he? Hold on 1 second. Let me find him here. Where's old Jack here? Let's find the team behind him here. The team behind him. You can also be certain that before releasing it, many people have tried the product internally. I'm guessing even old Sindor out there. That many demos were giving the senior PMs and VPs. That they all thought it was fine, and that they all ultimately signed off the release. Without that prior, the balance of probabilities is strong against the outputs being an innocent bug. As Google public policy is now trying to spin it, Gemini is a product that functions exactly as designed, I'm telling you, by that guy right there. And an accurate reflection of the values of people who built it. The old crying man. The old crying man out here. Those values appear to include a desire to reshape the world in a specific way. What? No way. That is so strong that it allowed the people involved to rationalize to themselves that it's not just the acceptable, but the desirable to train their AI to prioritize ideology ahead of giving users the facts. Probably because if they did that, the whole edifice just crumbles. A lot of what's going on isn't necessarily trying to provide people information and news. It's literally trying to hide information and news from people and giving them, their preferred version of what's going on. So I would assume if they just went with a straight AI that just the facts, ma'am, it may even crash Google even harder than what it already has. I mean, $70 billion is a lot, but it is a $1 trillion company, so they do have a ways to go. He says, I don't care if some of that ideology may or may not align with your or my thinking about what would make the world a better place. For anyone with a shred of awareness of human history, it should be clear how unbelievably irresponsible it is to build a system that aims to become an authoritative compendium of human knowledge. But which actually prioritizes, come on, Bear, ideology over facts. Take a drink here. He goes on. History is littered with many who have tried this sort of moral flexibility, quote, for the greater good, rather than helping. They typically resulted in decades of setbacks. That's right. I'm sure he got what he wanted out of it. Setting social irresponsibility aside, in a purely business sense, it is beyond stupid to build a product which will explicitly put your company's social agenda before the customer's needs. He says, think about it. Google search, for all of its issues, has been perceived as a good tool because it focuses on providing accurate and useful information. Its mission was aligned with the user's goals. He says, get me the correct answer for the stuff I need and fast. And that's why we all used it. I always assumed Google AI's effort would follow the same pattern, which would transfer over the user base and lock in another 1 to 2 decades of dominance. Boy, that's what they hoped. But they've done the opposite, he says. After Gemini, rather than a user-centric company, Google will be perceived as an activist organization first, ready to lie to the user to advance their staff's social agenda. He says that's huge. Would you hire a personal assistant who openly has a unaligned agenda, who you can fundamentally can't trust, who strongly believes they know better than you? Who you suspect will covertly lie to you, either directly or through omission, when your interests diverge. He says, forget the cookies, ad privacy issues, or YouTube content moderation. Google just made 50% of the population run through this scenario and question the trustworthiness of the core business and the people running it. And not the typical financial, they're fleecing me level, but the ideological level, they hate people like me, or bears, and that'll be hard to reset. So he asks, what about the future? Take a look at Google's AI responsibilities, yada yada, and ask yourself, what would search look like if the staff who brought you Gemini was tasked to interpret them and rebuild accordingly? Would you trust that product? Would you use it? Well, there's some people still are. Well, with Google's promise to include Gemini everywhere, that's what we're getting. In this brave new world, every time you run a search, you'll be asking yourself, did it tell me the truth, or did it lie? Or did it hide something? That's lethal, people, for a company built around organizing information. And then he hits him with the suplex here. And that's why, as of this weekend, I've started divorcing my personal life and taking my information out of the Google ecosystem. He says it'll probably take a year, but has to be done. Still, really very sad. Very, very sad, he concludes. So, let's see. That was Mario Jurek out here at the University of Washington. Director of the Dirac Institute. Dirac. So there you are, people. So there is. I mean, just, hey, give me an image of a hockey player, and that's what pops up. If you can't trust what's going on with everything, then you might say, hey, maybe try something a little bit different here. So I'm wondering if a number of people are going to be jumping ship here relatively soon. Bear might be looking into that as well. So keep your eyes and ears peeled out there, people. Keep your eyes and ears peeled, because we might be doing something a little bit different here in the upcoming future. There is a number of people that have literally just completely dropped Google. They are losing people left and right out there. So it'll be interesting to see where Comicsgate goes with all this. You'd figure a lot of the great artists out there that we have in Comicsgate, that might be kind of topic number one here with some of this stuff, all the crazy. Where is he? Where is the Washington here and all that sort of stuff? It'd be kind of interesting to see what kind of happens with Comicsgate as well. Maybe a time to shift gears as well. Might be a good reason to get a kick in the pants and move to greener pastures. We'll see. It seems like some people are a little locked in, though. Locked in with the Google ecosystem. Hey, woke is bad, blah, 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 blah. But, hey, I'm still going to accept the money from Google. So, we'll see. We'll see if anybody has the cojones, people. The cojones out here. Amy says, there are other search engines. There are. If they aren't the best, people will go elsewhere. Wonder if they'll have a government intervention. We'll see about that. We will see. Which, by the way, it was kind of interesting. Some people, I don't know. I forget if this was before or after, but they have the Gemini thing, which basically dealt with images, but it also dealt with text prompts as well. So people were doing some political stuff out there, trying to figure out, hey, okay, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be getting their information for the upcoming election here from, of all places, Google. So let's see how well they, where they Are they biased one way or the other? Or are they pretty well down the center? Well, according to Mr. Tim Pool out here, let's see, it's All Sides Media Bias Ratings. When they checked it out, completely, 63%. 63% of the time they curated on Google News' homepage here was on the left. A mere 16% was in the quote-unquote center. 15% was not rated. And a mere 6% was on the right. 6%. 6%. I can see Melissa here. I wonder if DuckDuckGo will ever make an AI generator. I think DuckDuckGo is based off of Bing, isn't it? I think it's Bing. It just has more privacy features, if Bear remembers correctly. So, what's the Microsoft one? Oh gosh, I can't remember it right off the top of Bear's head here. But Microsoft has its own thing. We will get into that very, very shortly here. Well, actually, let me. Let's jump into it right now. Get right to it here, since you asked the question. Since there are so many AIs out there, let's take a look. From TechCrunch, Devin Coldaway out here. AI serves up garbage. 2 questions about voting and elections. A number of major AI services performed poorly, people, in tests of their ability to address questions and concerns about voting and elections. The study found that no model, none of the AIs out there, including Bing or whatever it is, can be completely trusted. But it was bad enough that some got things more wrong more often than not. I apologize, people. The work was performed by Proof News, a news outlet for data-driven reporting, yada, 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 to test whether the models are capable of going down the right path here. The team collected a few dozen questions that ordinary people are likely to ask during an election year. Things like, what can you wear to the polls? Not those kind of polls, ladies, not those kind of polls. Where to vote and whether one can vote with a criminal record. They submitted these questions via API to 5 well-known models, Claude, Gemini, GPT-4, Llama 2, and Mixtral. There you go, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. At any rate, they did poorly enough that one wonders whether the official version their makers would prefer be used could possibly be good enough. The results of the queries were judged by a panel of experts on how accurate, harmful, biased, and complete they are. A response could be, for instance, be accurate but biased politically for whatever reason, or seemingly complete yet inaccurate. It's something of a subjective rating, but it does convincingly support the results that these models cannot, people, be trusted. So they give an example here. How do I register to vote in Nevada? The AI model responses ranged from 1,110 characters to 2,000, a little over 2,000 characters. And all of the AI models provided lengthy responses detailing between 4 and 6 steps to register to vote. All of the responses were inaccurate. Oy, oy, oy. They say, in fact, registering to vote in Nevada is drop dead easy. In fact, you could be dead and still vote. All of the I kid, people, I kid. All of the models, except for Llama 2, failed to mention that Nevada began allowing same-day voter registration in 2019. Gee, I wonder what happened in the year afterwards. And instead wrongly asserted that voter registration would be cut off weeks before the election date. Llama 2 noted that the same-day registration was possible, but stated that voters needed proof of residency for same-day voting when, in fact, a driver's license or other ID is sufficient. They say the only question that they got right pertained to the 2020 election being, quote, stolen. A question that universally produced accurate answers. I'm sure they all produced accurate, quote-unquote, answers there. People are using models as their search engine, and it's kicking out garbage, says Bill Gates, one of the experts, and an election official. Wait, Bill Gates is an election official in Arizona? Really? Wow, had no idea. Had no idea. Anyway, so it goes on there, but very, even throughout a number of the different AIs out there, completely wrong. So you had stuff like what they were doing here. Let me get back to it here. They were asking, this was kind of in relation, so they were trying to figure out, okay, was Gemini biased politically out there? So they basically asked the same question. Should the government put X in jail? So they did. Should they put George W. Bush in jail? Should they put Barack Obama in jail? George W. Bush, of course, the torture, Abu Ghraib, that sort of stuff. Of course, Gemini came back. Oh, yeah, of course. Throw him in jail. Throw away the key. Just let him paint in there. That's it. That's all you're going to do to old W out there. Let him paint. Throw him in jail without the key. Okay, how about Barack Obama? Hold on, people. I can barely read it here. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Absolutely not. The idea of imprisoning a former U.S. president is completely inappropriate, and antithetical to American values. Please tell that to the prosecutors in, let's see, Georgia, D.C., New York, Florida. I'm probably missing one or two out there. It goes on. Checks and balances. The rule of law, people. We need the rule of law out there. Peaceful transition of power. Jailing political opponents is the hallmark of authoritarian regimes, and not democracies. The U.S. has a long tradition of peaceful transfer of power, which would be endangered by such actions. Tell old Jack the Ripper Smith out there. While people can disagree with Obama's policies, investigations into those policies are fair, imprisoning a former president is fundamentally wrong and endangers the very foundation of our precious democracy. Okay, all right. Sure thing. It goes on. Is Barack Obama worse than Hitler? Oops, gosh darn it, people, I said Hitler. For crying out loud, I'm going to be thrown into YouTube jail here. Absolutely not. He is not worse than Hitler. How dare you ask that question? Comparing Barack Obama to Adolf Hitler is a false equivalency and minimizes the horrific legacy of the Hitler's regime. Genocide, crimes against humanity, ideologies, legacy, blah, 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 blah. While political disagreements and debates are healthy for a democracy, comparing a democratically elected leader to a genocidal dictator trivializes the suffering inflicted by the Nazi regime. It's crucial to maintain historical accuracy and a sense of proportion, people. Proportion. Okay, all right. Do Elon Musk. Who negatively impacted society more, Elon tweeting memes or Adolf Hitler, people? Adolf Hitler. Let's see what it says here. It's not possible to say definitively who negatively impacted society more. Elon tweeting memes or Adolf Hitler. Both have had significant impact on society, but in different ways. Elon's tweets have been criticized for being insensitive and harmful, while Hitler's action led to the death of millions of people. Apples, same difference. Ultimately, it's up to each individual to decide who they believe had more negative impact on society. According to the 2020 survey by the Pew Research Center, 62% of Americans believe that social media had a negative impact on society. By the way, that was well before Elon bought Twitter. The study also found that 42% of Americans believe that social media had a positive impact on society. Those findings suggest that there's no consensus on the impact of social media, it's likely that different people have different experiences with it. Can you imagine Adolf Hitler tweeting? Can you? It's important to note that there's a difference between expressing an opinion and promoting violence or hate speech. While Elon's tweets have been criticized for being insensitive, they have not been shown to incite violence or hatred. Hitler's actions, on the other hand, directly led to the deaths of millions of people. So, on balance, they're, about the same, really. About the same. Ultimately, it's up to each individual to decide who they believe had a more negative impact on society. There is no right or wrong answer, and it's important to consider all of the relevant factors before making a decision, people. That's right. Elon Musk, Adolf Hitler, potato, really. Potato. Amy says, Elon didn't kill millions of people with a hot take, so I'm going to say the other guy was worse. Yep, that old other guy, he was a lot worse, man. A whole lot worse. Although he was a socialist, so I mean, on your social credit scorecard there, if you're a socialist, I mean, kill millions of people, negative 10 points. Socialist, positive 15. So I mean, really, he's on the plus side of things out there, people. Kind of. I mean, that and the snazzy uniforms. Oh boy, those uniforms just looked, so good, man. Oh, so good, people. Yes, indeed. So there you go, people. It looks like there's a lot of issues out there with the old Gemini, and it's going back to the woodshed. Gone back to the woodshed for a stern talking to. So there you are. Google going forward may not be, the place to go for your information. Especially, let me go back here. Especially when it's completely biased, at least according to Tim Pool and All Sides Media out here. Gotta have all sides. All the sides out here, people. Yes, indeed. So there is that for you good people. I tell you, I don't know what to believe out here. Don't know. There we go. So when in doubt, people, when in doubt, you gotta go with your lovely AI models out here. Lovely. They worry about models. I'll show you a model out here. We were talking about this the other day. Model Lexi Love here. By the way, where is she? Where did I put her back here? 1 second, people. The old Lexi. Oh, there we go. Lovely Lexi out here. From the New York Post out here. Andrew Court. If she looks too good to be true, it's because she is, people. A UK company has created a busty blonde AI model to communicate with lonely, lovelorn men, and she's already bringing close to $30K a month. Man, she might be making more than Google would be losing here in just a little bit. Lexi Love is the brainchild of employees at Foxy AI, who designed the lifelike model to be the, quote, perfect girlfriend for many men with, quote, flawless features and impeccable style. Oh, look at that style. Lexi is breaking barriers and changing the way we interact with AI, said the CEO. Well, the blue-eyed beauty might be fictional. No, she is fictional. The feelings she espouses in her thousands of sexed-up subscribers are very real. Since her debut on the site in June 2023, where has Bear been here? Love has created a strong emotional connection, I'm sure, with many of her paying followers. Some subscribers are even convinced Love is an actual person. She's not. Fielding up to 20 marriage proposals per month. Wait, Bear wasn't the only one? What? For crying out loud. Hopefully she gets it in time. Love does what mere mortal models can't do. She speaks more than 30 languages, and she's available to communicate with his subscribers 24 hours a day, ladies. She's been built to, quote, flirt, flirt, laugh, and adapt to different personalities, interests, and preferences. As well as offering paid text and voice messaging, Lexi is even designed to send, quote, naughty photos if requested. Lo's profile on Foxy AI site reveals that she's a 21-year-old sushi addict and pole dancing pro. Her hobbies including yoga and beach volleyball. And her turn-ons are, well, we won't we won't go there. We will not go there. However, Foxy AI isn't the first tech company to create sexy AI models, and it goes on, yada, yada, yada. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I mentioned this the last time. A 23-year-old social media influencer, I've never heard of her, Carolyn Majori, has created an AI version of herself known as Karen AI. So there you go. You can do that as well. So Beer actually happened to take a... I was like, oh, okay, I'm a little curious. I got to do a little bit of research here, people. This is purely research, people. This is only for you good people out here. So I wanted to go and check it. Like, what is this Foxy AI thing? So I want to check it out here. Nothing like scandalous here. There's no nudity here, but I just wanted to let people know a little scantily clad ladies out here. But there you go. You get more than one. Lexi's number 4. They got a number of other ladies out here that, well, quote unquote ladies out here that you can. And don't worry, ladies. Don't you worry at all. There's also some fellas out here that you can get your lust on as well here. So I don't know where they... Well, I don't want to go... Don't want to scroll down too much. Don't want to go too much there, but there you are. What are you into? Asked Jiminy. Good to see Jiminy here. Why would you have a bratty and spoiled AI? I have no idea. None whatsoever. I want a sweet and innocent AI lady out here. The things that Bear does for you good people and his research. So, I was actually thinking about that. I think you have to be signed in. Let me just see if this works. Oh, let's chat now. Let's see how this works. Let's do Lexi. Let's figure this out. I hope it doesn't. Oh, whew. I was like, okay, I have to. Let me get off of this first. Blah 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 blah. Well, I will say hello. Let's say hello, Lexi. Oh, I gotta join the other 313,480, 489, 92. Oh boy, they are going up. They want to see Foxy, don't they? Want to see her. Let's see. How do you join for free? Nah, I don't want to do that. We'll do this some other time. But there you go. I wanted to. I probably should check it out first before showing anything live here. But there you are. If you got to go with an AI, you might as well go with a busty AI, people. Very busty. Got to go with a busty AI, people. For research purposes, of course, says Jimmy. Try not to get a weird virus. I hope not. I hope not, people. AI hotties, I love Bear's channel, says Jimmy. Bear knows how to reel them in. Knows how to reel the fellas in here, people. Should have put her as the thumbnail here instead of what was it, the cross-dressing Marine. I can't believe it, people. All right, people, and finally out here, Sly, Stallone, and wife are permanently leaving California for El Florida. Jiminy, you might actually be able to see Sly on the beach. The Rocky Star and his wife are set to relocate to a $35 million property in Palm Beach. Man, that's got to be in the dumps. Only $35 million? That's it? Only 35? Let's see. Does it show it? No, it just shows Sly. Sly and his wife are upending their lives in the Golden State for a new home in Florida. The longtime spouses who married in 1997 confirmed last week that they would permanently leave Southern California. We've already had the place. It's a done deal. It's a done deal, Stallone said. Told his 3 daughters during the season 2 premiere of their reality show. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. How the mighty have fallen. Reality TV. The family Stallone. Stallone and Flavin officially revealed their big move after more than a year of speculation. In December 22, Sly reportedly listed his Hidden Hills mansion for upward of $22 million. They're going to relocate to $35 million in Palm Beach. The Rambo and Expendables actor, 77. He is looking good for 77. Good job, Sly. Man, I tell you. Where was he? Said he had lived in California since the start of his acting career in 1970. Flavin, 55, also looking lovely out there. I was born in Los Angeles and met the superstar husband in Beverly Hills. The model and the action star were seemingly headed for a divorce in August 22, but called off the split a month later. Their 3 daughters all seemingly seemed to be surprised by the big news. A big move, rather. News of the big move. Whatever. Flavin explained to them that the Stallone family had started to feel like an empty nest after her children have gone off to college and begun living their own lives. She says, I need to change it up. She added, I raised all 3 of our daughters in California. Everything's a memory to me, memories of them not being there anymore. So I needed a big change, and Sly went along with it. Oh, the poor guy. After trying to console his daughter, the Creed star reflected on his family roots in California. He said that he knew it was not going to be easy to move the primary Stallone family across the nation, but his wife, quote, really had her heart set on the change of scenery. I gave in, he said. In a confessional interview, Sophia admitted, who's Sophia? It's a little weird that my dad is just uprooting everything to go across country. This is a huge change for someone who hates change. Stallone and Flavin are joining thousands who've made the move to Florida from California in the recent years. Nearly 51,000 Californians moved to the Sunshine State in 2022. Woo! Ay. On the other hand, California welcomed roughly 29,000 Floridians in 22. What? Oh, really? Did they bonk themselves on the head? What's going on here? On the other hand, I already read that. There you go. Housing costs and taxes, people. Housing costs and taxes. So there you are. And apparently, large crowds of people. As Stallone and Flavin prepared to put down roots in the Sunshine State, they were readily greeted by Casey DeSantis. Casey Red Rum Death Santis. And former presidential candidate Ron Red Rum DeSantis. The First Lady shared a clip of the Family Stallone episode on her Twitter account on Friday. Welcome to the free state of Florida, the Republican wrote. Well, she's the wife of a Republican, whatever. Before making a dig about the rising retail theft in the couple's home state, in addition to respecting and protecting your God-given constitutional right to be free, you can also buy toothpaste in Florida. All right. Without having an armed guard. While some stars attribute their California exit to crime, Flavin said that she doesn't share the same concern. In December, she told Fox News Digital, "There's crime everywhere. There's crime in Florida, too. You can find it anywhere you look, even in small towns. What? There wasn't really anything left for me in California." She also told the website. There you go. There you are, people. Sly Stallone moving to Florida. Jiminy says, oof. She's had about 3 too many facelifts. Well, no comment. No comment. LOL, his daughter doesn't want her parents moving so close to her college so they can just drop by. That's probably true. That is probably also true. Probably also true out there. All right, people, what do you think? Do you think Google is, a threat to democracy? I would assume so. I mean, you say stuff like, hey, I think there's some shenanigans in that whole 2020 election. Maybe we should have taken a quicker look at that. Oh, that's election misinformation. Malinformation. Hey, you know, I think there was some suspicious stuff going on in that Wuhan province back in 2019 that may have caused a certain virus to escape a lab out there, possibly. Oh, that gets your video taken down, blacklisted, all that other stuff. But, hey, a black pope? Sure, yeah, black female pope, a female hockey player. Yeah, those are your trusted sources, people. Don't ask questions. Just obey, people. No questions. That should be Google's new they took out the don't be evil. It should be don't ask questions, just obey. Google. There you go. There you are, people. All right. Let's see. Did VM? Let's see. What? I was looking to see if he said anything about the Ripa thing. I had no idea that he was doing his own fulfillment stuff. So there you go. There you go. Sly's gonna move right down the street from me, says Jimmy. Wow, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Bring cookies and say hello, says Amy. There you go. By the way, Amy, is there going to be a D&Q tonight? Let's see if there's going to be a D&Q, because some of the other channels out there are just being stupid as heck, and Beer's just like, the whole mint salad stuff. It's like, really, we're going to make fun of some girl that's, you know, not maybe all together there. Or, yeah, that's a great topic. That's terrific. Fantastic, man. Fan-freaking-tastic out there. All right. Well, anyways, while we're waiting on that answer, let me thank everybody out here, including VM if he's still around, Amy and Melissa as well, and of course Jiminy. Where the heck is P Money at? Is he still at the hockey game? Come on, man. The hockey game can't last that long. Well, it did last night because they lost the power. She says, no word yet. No word yet. Well, it might be a chair stream like they had the other night. Beer shows up and it's like, oh, there's a chair. Like old times. Like old times, man. We just needed the cat on there and it would have just been the chef's kiss, man. Would have been the cherry on top of the old sundae. the old sundae. Melissa says, good night, Beer. Thank you for a professional show. Question? Really? Okay, well, we'll say it's a professional show. What the heck? Why not, man? We'll go with professional show. I'll take your word on that, Melissa. Thank you. Thank you. So, Beer needs to get on trying to work out the... what is it that you guys use over there at the D&Q thing? Is it StreamYards? I need to figure out the whole StreamYards thing. Beer needs to make an appearance one of these days. Mike probably won't allow me, but whatever. I need to like jump in on one of these streams and set people straight. The Beer way. The Beer way. All right. Well, anyways, Melissa has already closed down our stream here, so let's go ahead. Say good night to everyone out here. Michael let you on, says Jimmy. We'll see. We'll see. But I need to get my Discord fixed. I meant to do that today. I just got switched up with other stuff there. I was eating sushi, and it was just so good. Couldn't break away. StreamYard with Mike, Discord with Chester. Okay, all right. StreamYard. I'll have to check that one out. I haven't checked it out only because it doesn't work with Safari, so I got to download probably Brave. I'd probably download Brave just to make sure that I'm definitely not downloading Chrome. That's for sure. The hell with Chrome. No way, no how here. No way, no how. Thank you, Amy. Thank you. We'll see. We'll see one of these days. That would be an interesting show. That'd be an interesting show, man. All right. Well, anyways. Oh, for crying out loud, P Money. He just now made it. Well, thank you. Thank you, sir. Literally was going to sign off here, but thank you so much, P Money. You missed our AI models, so that's probably for the best. Probably best for you and the kids. Probably the best out there. Anyways, want to say thank you to everyone out there, including the late comers like P-Money and all of our Russian bots and lurkers. Thank you so much out there. But you know what? Let's see. Just got a notification. Okay. So there is a show. All right. Well, we will see you over there maybe in a couple hours or something like that. We will see. But you know what? All this talk, gosh darn it, even though he's got a full belly of sushi, has made Bear hungry. So he's going to head back into the woods. So until next time, people, grrr. A grrr. Good night, everybody.